Hello and welcome along to Rambly Running. And this week, well, things have taken a kind of strange twist. I really wasn't expecting this. So I'm out for a run. It's a nice sunny day today and the temperature is starting to increase, so that's pleasant. You know, there's signs of spring in the air. A little bit blowy, a little bit windy, but not too bad. That's good. Now, I was going to talk about last week's video. Not last week's video, it was 2 weeks ago. Now, if you didn't see it, don't worry, I'm going to update you. But I was talking about an injury that I thought I'd picked up, and I didn't know whether it was a running injury or whether it was just something that was happening. And what it was is I had a sore shoulder, left shoulder sore, and I didn't know if I'd injured it when I fell over during a training run last year or if it was just something else. So I went to see physio. Actually, I said physio, he was a GP, but he just does MSK, so muscular skeletal stuff, and he sent me for an x-ray, and then I had to wait to see what that said. Now, he thought that what I had was a frozen shoulder. That's what he thought, and he thought the x-ray would confirm that. And if you don't know, frozen shoulder is when it all kind of gets tight up in your shoulder, funny enough. And if it can last a couple of years, it can reduce your mobility, it can be quite nasty, but you know, it's something that you will get over. So he thought that's what it was, and if the x-ray confirmed that, he was going to do a steroid injection to help me with the pain. Now, when the x-ray came back in, it's actually threw a bit of a curveball, because it doesn't look like it is frozen shoulder. What it actually looks like is that I have an abnormality. He said I'm abnormal, and I thought, well, I knew that. I mean, I have to look at this in the mirror every day. I know I'm abnormal. I don't need a trained doctor to fill me in on that particular fact. But he said, oh no, apart from you have another abnormality, and it's in your shoulder. Oh, right, okay, fair enough, what's that then? And apparently it's like a flattened socket. So instead of the socket being like that, it's got like a flatty bit, which isn't normal. And apparently the ball in the socket is sitting high. So this is what is causing this pain, and that's not good. Now, he is beyond his pay grade there, so he said he's going to have to refer me to a shoulder specialist, who I suspect will be someone who went to medical school and realised they were way out of their depth and just left and said, give me the page on shoulders, I'll do that. So that's who I'm going to go and see, and I have to wait and see what he or she says about my shoulder then. It's he did actually say, the MSK doctor, he said, well, the shoulder specialist might turn around to you and say, well, that's it, that's your lot, 1 in X people have got this problem, do one. So that didn't leave me feeling full of the joys of spring, I have to say. I wish he hadn't told me that, especially as he doesn't really know what he or she's going to say. But you know, it is what it is. The plot thickens. There we go, run complete. I'll put the times up on the screen. I did 8k today, and I have to say I found that really hard going today. It was really slow. I feel like I'm slowing down, but at the moment, you know, I'm really not getting out anywhere near as often as I used to, just because of, you know, stuff, and that's inevitably going to hit my capabilities. And of course the problem is that my heart rate also is far too high, as I've spoken about in previous videos. So, you know, so much to work on, and I would love to get back to the situation where I can work on all of those things. But in the meantime, if I can just get out and do something, then, you know, that's great. But yeah, whoa, it's really hard. I think it doesn't help with the shoulder that we were just talking about, is that it's sort of impacting my sleep. Sleep is so important, and it's amazing how sort of disturbed night after night after night, you know, it's going to have its impact, isn't it? So there we are. So just the fact of getting out and doing anything, doing 8 meters today, frankly, would have been a rip-roaring success. Oh dear, what am I like? Now you might have noticed in recent videos that I've been wearing wired headphones, and in the past I used to wear AirPods. They're quite distinctive, aren't they, AirPods, because they come out like this, and I wore those for years, those AirPods. They were out first or second generation AirPod. I think it might be a first generation AirPods actually, and they lasted so well. The batteries in them were amazing. I got years out of them, and I loved my AirPods. They were so good. But they, you know, these batteries, they don't last forever. So I did notice sort of tail end of last year that it was starting to kind of dip out, and I'd only have one AirPod, one of the two working, and ironically that would tend to be in my left ear would still work, and that's my ear that is really not very good at all. And it's everything's on the left side, isn't it? Left shoulder doesn't work properly, left ear doesn't work properly. So there we go, I'm falling apart. I've cut myself in half. So yeah, there we are. That, you know, it is what it is. So I've been wearing the wired ones. Actually, it's not too inconvenient wearing the wired ones. It's not too bad, and at least I know I haven't got to worry about the battery. But at some point I suppose I would like to get some AirPods again, because they're quite handy to wear. They're quite good not having any wires, so we'll see. But above the list on that, new runners and the running watch. I must sound like a stuck record, I'm still going on about that, but with everything that's going on, and I don't know what this specialist is going to say. Is the specialist, shoulder specialist, say when I see them, are they going to say, well, you don't really want to be running about? If they say that, I don't want to have spent a load of money on equipment. That's kind of why I'm sort of hesitating at the moment. I don't expect they're going to say that, because actually it doesn't hurt. If anything, moving about, it's got to be a good thing, hasn't it? So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to keep you posted on all of that stuff, and if you've got any comments, do leave them below. I'll always love to read them. And don't forget to hit that like button if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new here, because you are very, very welcome. And I'll see you for another update really soon.